And how do we become virtuous people according to Aristotle? This is this kind of, adulterer, maybe you don't know, do you understand? Adulterer. This is kanzu, kanzu waki adulterer. A, adulterer B. And we must act in line with the golden mean. Golden mean is, do you know golden mean what mean? 中庸、儒教の中庸、真ん中、golden mean. And the virtues lies in between two vices. 中庸、左と右ね、極端の真ん中。vice of deficiency and the vice of excess. 足りない、超過のね、vice. And use phronesis to work out what the golden mean is. phronesis. And adulterer A, 貫通者 A, 貫通者 B. Had a lack of phronesis, act in line with the vices. Being dishonest, lying to his wife is a vice of deficiency, honestly. And this is not good example. And adultery B, I think this is I think this is good or not. But using phronesis, acting in line with the golden mean to work out the best course of action in his situation developing, and using honesty, courage, and justice. I don't think this is adulterer is anyway nothing good, but this example said, oh, this is honest. It means honestly, courage, and justice. What does this mean? Telling wild truth? No kidding. Kidding. But this right side hand, you can see Aristotle's golden mean philosophy. Animal welfare is left side is animal abuse, right side is animal radicals, animal liberation, and animal welfare. This is 7 minutes philosophy. I think Aristotle
was born around 384 BC in the ancient Greek kingdom of Macedonia, where his father was the royal doctor. He grew up to be arguably the most influential philosopher ever, with modest nicknames like the Master and simply the Philosopher. His first big job was tutoring Alexander the Great, who soon after went out and conquered the known world. Aristotle then headed off to Athens, worked with Plato for a bit, then branched out on his own.
This picture is very famous. This is left side is Plato, right side is... This is not Aristotle, this is Socrates. But he just picked up the Aristotle, but Plato and Socrates.
He founded a little school called the Lyceum. French secondary schools, the lycées, are named in honor of this venture. He liked to walk about while teaching and discussing ideas. His followers were nicknamed peripatetics, the wanderers. His many books are actually lecture notes.
He wrote many books. I went to the library to study Aristotle, but too many. And unbelievable. This is about like Confucius and also the Chinese 4 books, right? So many.
Aristotle was fascinated by how many things actually work. How does a chick grow in an egg? How does squid reproduce? Why does a plant grow well in one place and hardly at all in another? And, most importantly, what makes a human life and a whole society go well? For Aristotle, philosophy was about practical wisdom. Here are 4 big philosophical questions he answered. 1. What makes people happy?
For sort of things, 4 items that they're going to make a presentation. And they're using a little bit difficult word, but if possible, I can explain something about this. And I didn't know that. I spent third level of month for study for Aristotle, and this one 7 minutes, summarize. So maybe today you cannot understand in the detail very well, but I show you.
In the Nicomachean Ethics,
this one, Nicomachean Ethics is the summary of book. He is talking about ethics. In Japanese, they have 2 books. Okay. I don't tell you. You are looking for a chance to read it. Okay, it's like very not difficult. It takes a lot of time to spend. Okay.
Got its name because it was edited by his son Nicomachus. Aristotle set himself the task of identifying the factors that lead people to have a good life, or not.
Have a good life or not?
He suggested that good and successful people all possess distinct virtues, and proposed that we should get better at identifying what these are, so that we can nurture them in ourselves and honor them in others. Aristotle zeroed in on 11 virtues.
11 virtues. 11 virtues is I'll go to you later, so I don't explain that he's explained one
Courage,
by one.
temperance, liberality,
Courage,
magnificence,
so on, so
magnanimity, pride, patience,
I try
truthfulness,
to
wittiness,
skip
friendliness,
11 virtues.
modesty. Aristotle also observed that every virtue seems to be bang in the middle of two vices.
Yeah, this is I'm going to tell you later. In the middle of college, golden mean. Okay, left cowardice, right side rashness. Cowardice is okubyou. Rashness is just yaban. And in the middle college. In the middle college is mean or not is a little bit skeptical, but they say this is the college is the virtue. Okay? And there's several items he's going to explain.
Between two extremes of character.
Okay.
For example, in Book 4 of his Ethics, under the charming title of
they are talking about middle is the middle is the best.
Conventional virtues, wit, buffoonery, and boorishness, Aristotle looks at ways people are better or worse at conversation. Knowing how to have a good conversation is one of the key ingredients of the good life, Aristotle recognized. Some people go wrong because they lack a subtle sense of humor. That's the bore, someone useless for any kind of social intercourse because he
This is explaining just 11 virtues. That's an example.
contributes nothing and takes offense at everything. But others carry humor to excess. The buffoon cannot resist a joke, sparing neither himself
Buffoon is dokeshi, ne? Foolish.
nor anybody else, provided that he can raise a laugh and saying things that a man of taste would never dream of saying. So, the virtuous person is in the golden mean in this area, witty but tactful.
Many people are talking about witness in the middle of buffoon, and the other boreness is a little bit doubted, but they just try to manage. Very similar to Chinese, chuyo. Chuyo in English, what is it? Middle, golden mean.
A particularly fascinating moment is when Aristotle draws up a table of too little, too much, and just right.
This one is 11, means, golden means he's preparing.
Around the whole host of virtues. We can't change our behavior in any of these areas just at the drop of a hat, but change is possible, eventually. Moral goodness, says Aristotle, is the result of habit. It takes time, practice, encouragement. So Aristotle thinks people...
This is the same thing Aristotle talking about with the same as Manzi. Manzi is Confucius also same as they're saying. They said people try to take practice and encouragement take time. And Chinese says you try to take time 100 times, 10,000, 1,000 times, 10,000 times to try to take practice to get the mean. Same thing. It's very interesting that it's
lack virtue should be understood as unfortunate rather than wicked. What they need isn't scolding or being thrown into prison, but better teachers and more guidance. 2. What's art for?
So just Aristotle talking about the first virtue, and second what is art for, and third, fourth they explain that what is his ideas, his thinking approach. But I'm going to skip it. Okay. So this is next one.